Okay, so Shalom. So Revelations chapter 1 and verse 15 said that Christ had feet like bronze, which is the same color as my hand, right? Feet colored as bronze, okay? And as if they've been burned in a fire in a furnace. So the average black person, average, is between my complexion and a little darker. The average Negro, average, is between my complexion and a little darker. Not completely dark skinned, but my complexion and a little darker. That's the complexion of the average Negro. So that's the reason why the average Israelite is between my color and a little darker. The average Israelite, period. Whether they be in the Caribbean diaspora, no matter what, right? So what I want you all to understand here is that what I want you to understand is this, right? Christ was this color as if it was burned in a furnace. So anything that you put in the furnace was black, okay? Anything that you put in a furnace, it turns dark, crispy black. So Christ was purple, okay, basically, right? Now, we know now that God is purple, right? Okay, we can't dispute that. Genesis 1:26 and 1:20. Genesis 1:26 and 27. Genesis 1:26 and 27 says that the original people that he created in his image. Now, I think it's safe to say at this point that no one can diss nobody except for maybe a white person. No black person up to this point can disagree with me, right? I think it's safe to say that. I know you got a lot of Christians that say that it doesn't matter what color Yahusha is. I'm not going to say anything bad about the Christians, because if I say something bad about the Christians like a real man, I got to say something bad about everybody. So until I'm going to say something bad about everybody, I'll hold my tongue. But I don't like that about the Christians. Many Christians don't understand the Bible. A lot of Muslims don't either. But a lot of Christians really make me angry, because you all think that the identity of God, it doesn't matter. That's foolish. So let's start from the top and let's move forward. Revelations 1:15 declares that God is purple. Genesis 1:26 and 27 declares that the first people that God created were in his image. So therefore, Adam and Eve, being relatively two of the first people created, it's safe to say that they were purple also. I think all black people should be on the same page here, except for the Sambos and the yes masses and some of the Christians, right? Other than those people, and maybe some of the people who are mixed. But other than you all, I think it's safe to say that the average black person from one corner of the planet to the other corner of the planet, I think it's safe to say that we all agree up to this point. God is purple, and the original people that he created was purple. The Bible said that, not me, right? So now now we want to get to the nitty-gritty as to who are the children of Israel. Who are the children of Israel? Well, the Bible tells us who the children of Israel are, right? But I've noticed something. You all don't hold the Bible on strong regard. Once again, you all, I've noticed many of you all, you don't hold the Bible to the level and the standard that it should be held. So let me give a more credible source to many of you people out there. To many of you people, Farrakhan is a more credible source than the Bible. So, let me use what Farrakhan said to justify who the children of Israel are. Why? Because to many of you out there, what Farrakhan says holds more weight than the scriptures of Christ. So I want you all to know that Farrakhan himself once said that the black people are the children of Israel. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Farrakhan himself said it, that the black people here in America are the children of Israel. Now, you all believe Farrakhan. So now I also want to say this. Where did Minister Farrakhan get that information? He got it from the Bible. Many of you say, well, he got it from the Quran. False. Because the Quran does not recognize whom the children of Israel are. The Quran mentions the children of Israel, but it does not recognize them. If the Quran recognized the children of Israel, then the Arabs would not need the prophets of God to reconcile for them who the true children of Israel are. Let me repeat that. The Arabs did not know who the true children of Israel are. The Arabs themselves thought that the children of Israel were those white Amalekites that wear glasses and the kufi and the long beards and the top hats over there in Israel. The Arabs themselves were fooled and tricked into thinking that the imposters that are over there in the land of Israel today were the true children of Israel. Now, many of the Arabs worldwide, whether loudly or silently, recognize who the true children of Israel are, because the Quran does not recognize the true children of Israel. So therefore, Farrakhan got that information from the Bible. Now I believe up to this point, we're all on the same page. Okay? God is black. The original people that God created is black, and the children of Israel are black. Now, I'm sure that the average black person is right along schedule with me up to this point, right? Okay. So, let me continue, okay? I just wanted to square all those things off right there, right? God is purple. Adam and Eve were purple. And the offspring of Adam and Eve, which are also the offspring of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we are various shades. Light-skinned, light brown-skinned, brown-skinned, I guess you can go into dark brown-skinned, dark-skinned, to purple. So there are many shades of dirt. Okay? Now, let's get into the lesson. So, today, I've noticed that the Bible is held at low regard, right? There are a lot of people out here that they don't read from the script of the Bible. Okay? There are a lot of wise people out here, and I'm not speaking of anyone in particular. Okay? But in this world today, I think one of the problems is we all need to worship what we can see. We all need to honor what we can see. Now, this is a very carnal people. And I've explained this to you all before. That's why I want Christ to speed this up. But there's really no need to speed anything up, because none of the plagues that I spoke about in last night's message, none of the plagues will hesitate. None of the plagues will make haste. None of them. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. So, we already know that the other nations, most 99% of the spokespersons of the other nations are falsehood. 99%. Why? Because just about everyone, if not almost everyone, 98% of the Caucasians, 99% of the Arabs, 98%, 97%, 96 to 97% of the Chinaman, 99% of the Japanese man, a large quantity of the Korean man, both north and south, the full-blown Hamites, the full-blown Africans, the Turkish people, the Indian people, the Amalekites themselves, and more importantly, the elitists, Esau. They despise Revelations 1:15. They hate it with a passion. Do you all know that the reason why this world is turning upside down, the whole reason for wars and rumors of wars, the whole reason for all the chaos that's happening on this planet, is because of Revelations 1:15. Are you all aware of that? Do any of you out there know that everything that's happening on this planet, everything that's happening on this planet, all the chaos, all the future plans, all of these things are happening and occurring because of Revelations 1:15? Because God is black, and so is his people. Many of you think that that doesn't matter. It does. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it does. The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means, and my people love to have it so. And what will you do in the end thereof? The prophets speak falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means, and my people, black people, love to have it so. And what will ye do in the end therefore? What will you all do when all of the men that you can see, that you worship, and that all of you out there call saviors, what will you do when they fail? What will you do when the heads of these camps fail? What will you do when the heads of these congregations fail? What will you do when the heads of these organizations fail? What will you do when your politicians fail? What will you do when your favorite strongmen and fighters fail? What will you do when your militaries fail? When the military fails? What will you do when this government fails? Because every last one of them will fail. I promise you. You a hater. Call me what you want to do. I've never been envious of a man a day in my life. Did Martin Luther King succeed? No. Did Nat Turner succeed? No. Did Harriet Tubman succeed? No. Did the Black Panthers succeed? No. Did Malcolm X succeed? No. Not even our prophets and apostles succeeded. They conquered, but they didn't succeed. Will I succeed? Well, let me not even put myself in all of those categories. Certainly, I'm much lower than that, right? But no, to answer the question, no, I will not succeed. I will conquer, but I won't succeed. Let's go to James chapter 2. James chapter 2. Let's go to James chapter 2. Let's start from the top. James chapter 2. Let's start from the top. My brethren, do not hold the faith of your master Yahushua HaMashiach, the master of esteem, with partiality. Let me repeat that. My brethren, do not hold the faith of our master Yahushua HaMashiach, the master of esteem, with partiality. For if there should come into your assembly a man with gold rings in fine apparel, and there should also come in a poor man in filthy clothes, and you pay attention to the one wearing the fine clothes, and say to him, you sit here in the good place, and say to the poor man, you stand there, or sit here at my foot. Have you not shown partiality among yourselves, and become judges of evil thoughts? So this happens not only in the nation of Israel, it happens certainly more so even amongst the other nations. If somebody who looks or presumes prestigious with fine linen, jewelry, many of you show more respect to those people than to the people of lower stature, allegedly. But what you're not paying attention to is who has the higher rank to Yahuwah. Now, one of the problems with this conversation right now is carnality, and you're only concerned about what you can see. This is a very stupid people. Not all of you, but the majority of you. 66% of you. And even the other 33% is going to get cut down to about 10% in the wilderness, because many of you are going to fail the test in the wilderness. Many of you won't be built for the wilderness. So 66% of you Negroes are concerned with worldly things. You're concerned about the looks and the status of a man. He says, if a man comes into the place with rings, jewelry, and fine apparel, and there should also come in contrast a poor man, 99% of you are going to pay attention to the one wearing the fine clothes, to the man whom looks prestigious. And you're going to say to him, to the man in fine clothes, and to the man with all the glamour and the glitz and the long robes and the prestige and the honor and the money. And you're going to say to this man, sit here in this good place. Sit here in this good place. And you, lowly man, lowly of stature, with poor clothes on, you come sit by my foot. Fetch me some tea. Fetch me some cheese and crackers. Fetch me some grapes. Have you not shown partiality? See how foolish you all are? You all are void of judgment. Many of you have PhDs. Your PhD, it doesn't mean shit. It don't mean shit. For those of you who have PhDs and you have honor for one man, moreover, another man that does the same thing as another man, and the man of lower stature may be telling the complete truth. Any of you out there that have PhDs and doctorate degrees and bachelor's and master's degrees, and you take those white man-given accolades. You take those white man-given accolades and you use those achievements to pupper yourself to a level where you feel as though you can look down on anybody. You're a piece of shit. And you can take your degree and shove it up your ass. Any of you, whether you be leaders of anything, okay? Whether you be leaders of congregations, whether you be leaders of institutions, leaders of organizations, politicians, whomever you are, your status is given to you by men. Your status is not given to you by God. Thus saith Yahuwah. Listen, my beloved brethren. Has God not chosen the poor of this world to be rich in faith and heirs of the kingdom which he promised to those who love him? I'm an heir of the kingdom. I'm rich in my trust for Yahushua HaMashiach, which is going to bring me far more glory than it's going to bring any of you. So any of you out there that you're dealing, such as actors, famous people in high prestige, and you've shaken hands with the devil, or you whom are under 501c3, there are many organizations out there that are being paid by the white government. You're being paid by the white government. How is it that you are free? When one false move, when you all decide to rebel, Satan will take those paychecks from underneath you all so swiftly that it won't make any sense. It's hilarious how many of you out here in this world can listen to any individual man more than you can listen to Christ. Well, where is Christ? We don't see him, dog. God never came down here in the form of a man. Many of you out there disbelieve this. To disbelieve that happened, I'm not going to say it's foolish because it's complicated. And I don't expect everybody to be on that level. See, there's levels to this. There's levels to this.